Begin. Okay, welcome back everyone. Did everyone have a good week at school? Good. Okay, well it's nice to see you all again and thank you all for coming. Before we start today, I just want to remind everyone, as we will at the beginning of every group, of the group rules that we've all agreed to. The first one is be respectful, one person speaks at a time. The second one, which should be the first one, is maintain confidentiality. What happens in group stays in group. Very good. You have the right to pass if you want to. No one has to speak today unless they want to. And we want to be open-minded, supportive, non-judgmental of each other. No right answers, only different opinions. Okay? All right, great. Well, to get started today, I thought we would play a little game to get us relaxed and get us talking and thinking about things. So I have under your chairs, there's a paper and pen for each of you. If you could pull them out now, because you're going to have to write down a few things. Okay, and for this little game, and actually you'll need this paper and pen for other things in today's session. So you may or may not need to write down for this game, but I had to write down my answers because I had to think about it for a minute. All right, so here's the game. You all have been exiled to a desert island, okay, for 1 year. You can take one book with you, you can take one piece of music with you, and you can take one luxury item, but it has to be something you can actually physically carry, and it can't be a boat to get off the island. You have to stay on this island for a year. So think about it for a minute. What are those three things? And then I want to see what everybody's answers are. Yes, Natalie?
Is food automatically supplied?
I should have said that. Other than the essentials. So you don't have to bring toothpaste. You don't have to bring, we're going to say that you have clothing. We're going to say that you have food. However, maybe your favorite luxury item might be your, favorite pink sweater because you want to feel comforted. I don't know. Yes, Molly?
Are you allowed to do like a phone so you can I need to be rescued?
Yes, but you're not rescued because you're being exiled.
Oh.
So we're going to say for this exercise, there's no Wi-Fi on the island. Okay? All right, Taylor.
What do you mean by music? One album or one song?
I'll give you guys an album. I'll give you an album because it'd be pretty hard to hear the same song over and over. Jeff.
What if it's kind of pushing the limits on whether or not you can personally carry it? But you
Well,
can
you look
probably
pretty strong.
carry it.
You look pretty strong.
A short distance, just not very long.
Well, it's not very far. You just have to get off the boat and walk up to the shore of the island. So, Melissa.
Can you repeat what we can take again?
Yes. And you have to take these three things. One book, one piece of music, or we'll give you one album, and one luxury item that has to be something you can physically carry. So you can't bring your water bed, because I don't think you can carry that. But if you want to push it a little, we'll let.
So no electronics because there's no Wi-Fi?
Yeah, there's no Wi-Fi. There's batteries, so you can play the music that you're hearing, the one album, but yeah. Okay? What's interesting is this is an old exercise. I did this when I was in high school. We had to play this game. And when I was in high school, Wi-Fi wasn't even an issue. No one would have thought to say, is there internet access? So, times have changed.
Can it be a living thing?
Sure. Sure. Okay. And when you guys are all ready, just look up at me, and then I'll know that everyone's ready, and we can start sharing our answers. You're all done, Sam? Jack?
Is the music just played through headphones, or do you have speakers? Because that changes the song.
Yeah, we're going to assume there's no speakers on this exiled island. Yeah, it's not a luxury item.
Headphones?
Uh-huh.
Like earbuds or
Yeah, we'll say that it's playing through a battery-operated device with headphones. Yeah, you're exiled. That means it's not a positive thing. Are you you ready, Melissa?
Yeah.
Okay, Molly? Taylor? Natalie? Jack, there's no pressure.
I'm just writing down my last thing. I'm
Okay.
good. You can.
Okay, great. So, who would like to share first, or would you like me to share first? Me to share first. Okay, great. So, my 3 items would be, now that I know we can take a whole album, I'll stick with it. I had said I would take U2, the musical group, the song One, but since I can take the whole album, I'll take Joshua Tree. That would be my music, because I love them and I find them all inspiring. The book I would take is War and Peace. Have any of you heard of it? It's Leo Tolstoy, and it's about this thick. And it's on my bucket list to read War and Peace, but it would take me probably a year exiled on an island to accomplish that. So, and the luxury item I would bring would be a photo album of my family and everyone, so that I could comfort myself not being able to see them. Okay? All right. Who wants to go?
I'll go.
Jack. Thank you for stepping up.
So does it have to go in order of book, music, luxury?
However you want to do it.
Or I'll just go book, music, luxury.
Okay.
So the book I bring is the Bible because I don't know. I just want to like read it, and, like kind of know it, but I don't want to like read it.
Very
So,
good.
Read it would be good because I don't know.
That's a great book to bring.
Music, I'd only bring one song because like I don't really know any album names, but it'd be Hotel California. I don't
Nice.
know. I like that song.
Nice.
My luxury item would be a massage chair with like a little shade on it.
Oh, I see.
So I can like
So,
sit there.
We're gonna say it was on wheels, so you pushed
Wheels,
it up.
right.
'Cause, yeah.
Actually,
A massage chair. I like it. Okay. All right. Who wants to go next? Thank you, Jack. Melissa.
Okay, so the book I would bring is The Fault in Our Stars, because I could probably read that over and over again. The piece of music I would bring is the album X by Ed Sheeran. And then my luxury item would be a pillow, so I can either cuddle it or just take a nap.
Nice. Okay. Thank you, Melissa. Who wants to share next? Taylor.
Okay, for the book, I put The Fault in Our Stars or Night, one about the Holocaust. I like that. For the album, I did Blue Neighborhood by Troye Sivan.
Okay.
And then for the luxury item, I bring my dog.
Your dog. Okay. So that's something you could cuddle as well. And we're gonna say that on the island there's dog food. So that
It's
you
nice
have-
of you to
yes,
supply that.
yes. I thought it was nice of you to supply that. So you chose the same book as Melissa, or possibly the same book as Melissa. So that's interesting. Have the rest of you read The Fault in Our Stars?
Yes.
Yes. Did you like it too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yeah. All right. Natalie, thank you.
I didn't do an album because I
That's okay.
not really, yeah.
So you won't take any music with you.
Only the music of my brain.
Okay.
Book, I did Surviving on an Island for Dummies because I feel like that could be useful to my purposes there.
Okay. I like that a lot. That was
Thank
clever,
you.
Natalie.
I don't really read a lot, so that would be something I think that would be useful to my situation.
It certainly would be. Okay.
My luxury item would be a DVD player with DVDs and unlimited batteries. Because I would need that.
Well, if we allowed Taylor to have dog food, we could allow you to have unlimited batteries.
Thank you.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Molly.
my luxury item would be a 3-in-1 shampoo, conditioner, body wash because hygiene.
Yes.
My music would be the original Taylor Swift album because it just reminded me of younger days when I wasn't on an island.
Okay.
And
That's I like
then
that.
my book would probably be some sort of like poetry or something like that because each time I read it, I might take it differently, so I would never be bored with what I was reading.
Wow, that was a very, very good answer too. I like that. I like that. And I think we're to Sam.
Yeah.
Okay, the book I would bring is Girl Line, because I can read that over and over again.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I would take Made in the Air by One Direction, because my favorite song's on it. So,
Okay, that's your music.
yeah, and my luxury item is the Supernatural blanket. It's comfy.
Okay. And when you say supernatural, is the blanket supernatural or?
No, it has It has the characters of Supernatural in it.
I see. Okay. Interesting. So you all chose things that were either clever or an interesting idea to read and maybe get a different perspective on. Jack, also with the Bible, you would maybe get a different perspective. Or you chose things that would comfort you, like a favorite book to read over and over and over again. So I like that. And I think all of those are good answers if you're exiled on a desert island. But I don't believe any of you ever will be. But okay. So we're going to move on now into an activity that is allowing us to consider what's next. So today, I want to talk about, no, you're going to need to write again, so just leave them on your laps if that's okay. So I actually need somebody to hand these out for me. So do you want to do that? So give everyone these, everyone gets 2 sheets. You see how they're marked? Yes, I see. Okay, so do that. Okay, and so today, when we talk about what's next for high school students, a one maybe logical thought in someone's mind, maybe not logical in someone's mind. Yeah, watch your lip, baby. Thank you. Could be college. And so today I want you to consider the question. I'm sorry. I believe you gave. Nope, I have it. Never mind. Sorry. So today I want you to answer the question: why go to college? How many of you are going to be first-generation college students from your family if you were to go to college? And by first generation, that means your mother or father or both or either have not gone to college. Okay, so Jack and Natalie, you would be first-generation college students. So, and parents as well as siblings. So you would be the first. Okay, all right, so that's a wonderful thing for your family to think about. The rest of you, your parents or siblings have gone to college? Okay, all right. So when you consider your parents' jobs, how many of you want to do what your mother or father does for a living? Melissa, what does your mother do for a living?
She's a counselor at a middle school. I mean, I don't really want to work at a middle school, but I would love to be some type of counselor. I like psychology.
All right, very cool, very nice. I'm sure your mother's very proud. Anyone else wants to do what they're, and again, there's no right or wrong answer, but.
I was kind of thinking of being in police, but I don't know. That was just an option.
Okay. And who was police in your family?
Both my mom and dad.
Were police officers? Are they both still police officers?
No, they're both retired.
Oh, okay, great. All right. And they went to college for that as well.
Yeah, well, the academy, which is.
Okay, it's the form of the trade school to get into that career. Okay. All right, interesting. So there's no family business that's being passed down for this group. Okay. All right. And in your home growing up, talking about what's next with your moms and dads and with brothers and sisters, is college something that is talked about? Is college something that's expected? Is college something that's an idea? Or is college something that is completely out of the question or the realm of ever wanting to go? What do you all think? Jack?
I know my parents want, like, all of us to go to college, and my brother actually is gonna just be starting his college soon.
That's great.
Yeah, when he graduates.
That's great. And has he already applied and been accepted somewhere?
Yeah, he actually just, like, decided what college he was choosing. Committed. There you go.
Committed? Okay. And so if we hadn't been aware of this, Jack and Natalie are brother and sister. So you have yet another brother who has committed to college. And where has he committed to college?
UC Davis.
That's a wonderful school. That's great. So obviously in your house, with a brother off to UC Davis this coming fall, college is something that in your house anyway is considered and talked about. And okay, what about the rest? Is it talked about in your house, Melissa?
Yes.
So it's considered and expected, or it's an option if you want to, and if you don't want to, that's an option as well.
Well, I expect myself to go to college.
Very good. So that's your own personal goal. Okay. Anyone else want to share what is talked about in their house? No?
I agree with what's been said.
Okay. Yeah, and you don't, again, we don't have to answer every question, but I just want to, okay. So Melissa kind of touched on the point that I wanted to ask next. So that was kind of what your family maybe expects or thinks of college. What do you expect or think of college for yourselves? And Melissa, you had said that college is something, it's an expectation you're putting out there for yourself. And as a junior, you have been doing your high school career thus far with this goal in mind, or?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And for the rest of you, we have a couple of sophomores here and a couple of juniors. Okay, so all of you are still you have time yet to change course or make direction in your schedules as you would need. Okay, interesting. Okay, so why go to college? 50 years ago, you could do without college. In fact, most jobs in the United States only required a high school education, or if that. Today, the statistics show us that very few people can truly find gainful employment without at least a minimum of a high school diploma and without further education or training beyond high school. In the future, even more so as we look to technology and to higher industry fields, college is going to be even more and more important. So I would absolutely encourage all of you to consider college as an option. Sam, you had said you were interested in a 4-year college, so that's something to think about. There are different kinds of colleges. There are the trade school or a police academy that's specialized. The military is another one where they would have a specialized academy and training for that job. Does anyone know the difference between community college and a state university? Molly?
Community college is typically a shorter amount of time than a state school.
Okay.
Usually on a 2-year
Okay,
sort of, program, yeah.
okay,
Whereas the state school is usually 4.
okay, okay. And why would someone want to go to a 4-year versus a 2-year? Are there reasons? Do we know? Melissa?
You are able to have more experience and you have a higher education and you're more likely to be put into a job afterwards.
Okay, if you attain a 4-year degree versus the 2-year. Okay, all right, good. One option that I want you all to be aware of is the community college venue being a 2-year. You can go to the community college for 2 years and at the end of that 2 years always transfer and continue on into a 4-year at that point. When you go to a 4-year college and you graduate after 4 years, are you done? Or is there more education that you could? What would be an additional?
Med school?
Med school, very good. Law school, very good. And in any specialty or degree, you could go on and obtain a master's degree. You could go on and obtain doctorate. You could go on and obtain further and further steps. So the point of this, when we talk about what's next and what we think about, it'd be great if you all left here saying, I'm going to go to UC Davis, I'm going to go to whatever, and you had that. But what is even more important is that you realize and recognize with any job you go into, there's going to be different ways you can get there, whether it's community, into 4-year, or whether it's through the military. And you may obtain a job and be happy and work in that field, and 5 years goes by, and you want to become a manager, you're going to have to go back to school. You're going to have to get additional training. So everything you do in life, be open to recognizing that you can always learn more, and you can always learn new and exciting things to take you onto any path. So your path and your door is never closed. You always have the option to open and keep going. So I want you guys all to kind of take that with you. Okay, so if we turn to our next, the top page that I gave you is kind of what we just talked about, but it's just for you guys to keep a kind of review that tells you about like a technical college, community college 4-year. On this next page, this is a homework exercise for you guys. And it's why go to college. I want you guys to consider a career that interests you, and if you know the answer now, you can write it down. Maybe someone here wants to be a lawyer, so they would say a career that interests me is the law profession. The next one is going to be to prepare for this career or major, and then as you keep reading through the list, you would need the following degree, because different degrees support different jobs. And as you read through this page, there's a website that's located at the top of the page, and I want you to do that, and that's your homework assignment. I want you guys to complete this sheet and go through this web page and do a little research on what that job, what you think you might want to go into, what that requires. What degree does it require? Does it require college? And just doing a little exploring. And once you're on the website, it will also give you colleges that potentially have the degree that will support that job. So play around a little bit. Look at some of the colleges. And when we come back next week, we're going to talk about what you guys discovered, and then we're going to talk more on career beyond college. Okay? All right. So thank you all for coming, and you guys have a great week. I will see you next time.
Thank you.
All right.